Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today let us go into a very important subject which is actually an underlying problem in most of the people who are going through stress or many other difficulties in their life, but the underlying problem, that is the cause of those problems which are coming ahead, like marital discord, like legal difficulties, so many other problems are because of sleeplessness or insomnia. So let us understand why this sleeplessness happens before understanding the planetary positions of this particular thing, how it actually is seen from the chart. So the first major reason is health of the person. Second major reason, which is actually this is more prevalent now, that is anxiety. So now people might tell that anxiety is also a health issue. I will tell anxiety does not only come from a biological perspective. That is, a person is not going through anxiety because he is got infected. Some bacterial infection is there, or a viral infection is there, or there is some health discomfort like hair loss. People can get anxiety because of hair loss, and also the other way around. People who are going through anxiety will go through hair loss. So it is interrelated, but still, health is a separate subject. Anxiety can happen because of n number of reasons. That n number of reasons includes trauma, includes depression, includes dissatisfaction in job, dissatisfaction in marriage, dissatisfaction on so many things. So this anxiety is a huge subject, very big subject. Okay, and health, yes, we cannot leave it aside. This is also a very important subject. There is also one more reason. This we call as temporary situations. Temporary situations are, for example, something is happening, but it is not permanent. The person also knows that it is not permanent, but for that particular while, the basal metabolic rate is pumped up, the palpitation is very high, the expectation is high, and that is why sleeplessness. So that is expectation. So this might be expectation of exam results. It's not only exam results, even if whether the boy will tell yes or no, or for the boy whether the girl will accept the marriage proposal or no. This is like, I want my desires to be fulfilled, and if whether they are going to be fulfilled or not itself is a reason for sleeplessness. And the sleeplessness has a very tough aftermath. If you continuously go through sleeplessness, let us say for people, I have charts where people have gone through sleeplessness for years. They don't get sleep at all. They get sleep somewhere at around 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Then they sleep for around 2 hours. Then they wake up. Then once again they go through the whole day. They take tablets. They are under medication. So sleeplessness, sometimes people go through medication, psychiatric medication. Sometimes people don't go through medication. They go through the suffering continuously. So there are many other remedial measures also for this. So we should not only talk about the cause and the reason, we should also talk how to tackle it. I'll come to that point. This is going to be a detailed class. It might be a little lengthy, but still it's going to be a detailed class with regard to the cause, reason, and how the planetary positions would be for an astrologer to understand this particular point. Okay, health. There are many health problems which actually give sleeplessness, like problems like psoriasis, problems like pain, the back pain, which is continuous, problems like temporary problems like people going through PCOS or PCOD who go through very bad menstrual cycle, they go through sleepless nights for that 1 week of the menstrual cycle. It's horrible. They can't explain it to anybody, but actually this should be spoken out. Only when you speak out, you will be able to get a solution. Because if you are not able to go yourself and search a solution, it's always correct that you speak it out to the person who is actually capable of giving you a solution. So do not unnecessarily suppress the pain, because sleeplessness and pain together is horrible life. It's like going through hell. So women, especially women who are going through tumors in the the ovaries, tumors in the stomach, they don't know about it. Even men who are usually going through problems like prostate problems and problems of the organs, reproductive organs, they can't tell everybody everything. So what happens is that they go through the brain silently. So let us now take one after the other, slowly one after the other, the combinations. For the health, I have told you earlier, Deha Kashta Yoga. We have to study Deha Kashta Yoga. Deha Kashta Yoga. So Deha Kashta Yoga is in two levels. One is the sixth house, one which involves the sixth house, the other one which involves the eighth house. So predominantly I take up the sixth house as the Deha Kashta Yoga. I have not yet taken up this particular thing. I have not done this yoga. I will do this later on, but still I have to mention that Deha Kashta Yoga is both for the 6th, 8th and also the 12th to a certain extent, where this insomnia resides. So it resides in the 12th. So I come to the 12th house. This is one of the Deha Kashta Yogas. There are many different Deha Kashta Yogas. The Deha Kashta Yoga in the 6th house would be visible. Deha Kashta Yoga in the 8th house would not be visible. It would be difficult to detect. It will be their underlying problem. It's like an underground problem. The 12th house Deha Kashta Yoga, which I am talking about, insomnia, is one of the problems which actually is huge. So that's why today's discussion. So 6th house Deha Kashta Yoga is like a person goes through an operation, a person goes through a kidney operation or a heart operation, or he goes through many other discomfort. Even if something seen, like a person loses a limb. Sorry to say, I have to discuss all this. These are not such great topics which actually gives us happiness. But if we learn this, we will be able to give clarity to people who are actually going through this problem, and that is our job. We need to give them the solace, the peacefulness. So let us go through one of the combinations where health becomes the reason for insomnia. So I will take arbitrarily one of the. Let me take the ascendant of Taurus. We all know the 6th house falls in its own sign, the Lagnadipati's sign, that is Shukra. So here, if I take Shukra, the 6th lord, and put it somewhere, let me put it somewhere where usually we get into problem. This is the problematic area for Shukra, because the 6th lord going to the 8th house is not such a great combination in this case. It's very good for with regard to job prospects and all those things, but with regard to Deha Kashta Yoga, no. People keep asking me questions that it is a Viparit Raj Yoga. Yeah, it is a Viparit Raj Yoga, no doubt. But with regard to Deha Kashta Yoga, it has pumped it up. So now, if I put another planet here, which actually will, not lessen the problem but elevate it, that would be Mars. So what am I trying to do here is the 12th lord and the 7th lord, the Maraka Sthanadipati, 12th lord, Dvadasha Sthanadipati or Vyayasthanadipati, sitting in the 6th house, and here Venus, the sixth lord, going to the eighth house. These are combinations which take a lot of time, but I am trying to explain one or two combinations which will actually give you an idea. Now you can see that the 12th lord, the house which is known as the Shayana Sthana. Shayana Sthana means the house where which is responsible. The house means the sign, the house, the bhava, which is responsible for good sleep, that is sound sleep, having a healthy, nice, peaceful sleep, is now getting involved in the house of Roga. So, if I am telling that the insomnia or sleeplessness is caused because of health, that means there should be a relationship between the 12th lord and the 6th house, or the 12th lord and the 6th lord. Try to understand this. 12th lord and the 6th lord, both together. This is a classic example of, let us say, insomnia. I'm just putting two more planets just to add on. So this is a classic example. Here they have exchanged houses. People will ask, Parivartana Yoga, it is great. Yes, this person will be able to go abroad, settle well, happy, but sleeplessness in this Dasha Bhukti of Shukra and the Sabdasha of Mars, or the Mahadasha of Mars and the Sab, that is Antardasha of Shukra, this person will 100% go through difficulties of sleeplessness. Sleeplessness is not one thing which will be permanent in a person's life. Don't think that it has come there to stay. You can actually tackle that. And here, medically, a person can come out of it because it is only because of health. So I am not talking about any other planetary positions which are going to elevate anxiety. I will come to that. Along with this, I will add another two planets and you will understand that the person is now going through anxiety very clearly. So now, but here, one thing, the rule is the 12th lord, which actually gives good sleep, and the 12th house have to be unafflicted. The 12th house, if it is vacant and not having any aspect, is the best. The 12th lord unafflicted and not having any aspect is again the best. But you don't get those charts. Even Sri Ramchandra did not have such a beautiful chart. So there will be one or two afflictions because of aspect or position or because of the conjunction. There will be. So if it is there, the person will be suffering difficulties of sleeplessness due to health. So I'm just giving you one perspective. So now let me take up this chart and add on and tell you how a person can go through anxiety. This person will go through severe anxiety. Why severe? Because the house of expectation is also the 10th house, which is for job prospects. And that particular place, you have a beautiful planet like the 2nd lord and the 5th lord sitting there. So this is a very good Raja Yoga. This is giving Raja Yoga. That is a different perspective. But the 10th lord is retrograde, that is Saturn, and sitting along with the mind, the moon. Here, this person will go through anxiety, a lot of anxiety. And if I have to increase it, the volume, increase the volume of anxiety. Now the anxiety has doubled. It has gone to a very high level. This is an anxiety which can be seen by people in that particular surrounding. Wherever the native is, it can be seen. But if I do this, the native is very aggressive, an exalted Rahu, an exalted Ketu. Though the person is anxiety prone, the aggressiveness and the confidence will keep making the native do mistakes, repeat mistakes, keep on doing it. go through an obsessive compulsive problem of continuously getting involved into one after the other action, though they are in anxiety. The other way around was that they will not act at all, they will suddenly become quiet because they have got hit. So when moon is placed along with planets which are cold and dark, planets which are cold and dark. This is another thing I am giving you. Planets which are cold and dark. So planets which are cold means Saturn. A dark planet is Rahu. A silent planet is, a mute planet is Ketu. People don't tell about themselves there. And also darkness happens when are together, Amavasya. So this is not a cold combination, but still, if moon is with these planets, people suffer from anxiety, and that is why whenever the combination is there, people are afraid. They will keep asking us that whether we can tell yes to this boy for the marriage, whether we can tell yes to this girl for the marriage. This combination is there. They have names for these combinations, like Visha Yoga, that yoga, this yoga. So whatever the yoga is, until and unless the Lagnadipati is not strong in the horoscope, these yogas will keep rising and causing insomnia. So insomnia does not only get caused because of the 12th house, it also gets caused because of the 8th or the 6th. So this is the 8th house, this is the 6th house here, this is the 6th, this is the 8th for this particular lagna I am talking. So it gets caused because of several confusing patterns. So this pattern is one pattern which is a classical pattern of retro Saturn, Moon and Ketu. And if I put this whole thing in the 12th house, that is a classic example of insomnia. No doubt at all. So people should not get through the doubts, the confusions as to why Saturn is giving insomnia. Usually Saturn does not give insomnia. If the 12th is having only Saturn, the person will happily sleep. If the 12th has a retro Saturn, insomnia starts. If the 12th has a retro Mercury, 100% the person will be very active. Insomnia will be because of too much of study, research, going into too much of unnecessary botheration into I want to earn money or something. Something will be there, the cause will be there, the motivation will be there, which will make the person not sleep. So once again, fast moving planets. Planets in the 12th cause insomnia, and retro Saturn or Jupiter, which are both are retro, in the 12th will cause insomnia. And the combinations, as I told you, the Moon Ketu combination, Moon Rahu combination, Sun and Saturn combination, Sun Rahu combination, or simply a Rahu sitting in the 12th house along with a very weak ascendant lord will cause insomnia. Bipolarity or any other health issues are also there, underlying there, but the major problem is that if you ask that person, why are you like this, you have dark circles under your eyes, you look as though you have not slept, they will clearly tell that I don't get sleep. I don't know why I don't get sleep, but I don't get sleep. I can't even close my eyes. It starts burning. It gets opened. I want to sit. I don't know what to do. See, they don't get attracted to study. How many hours will they in a person study at 2 a.m. in the morning? Nothing will happen. Their focus will go away. They will simply sit staring at the wall. It's a very dangerous thing to do, and it will again, have an effect, forward effect on the person who will be driven to unnecessary problems like, thinking of ending life, don't know what to do, going into delusions, illusions. This is very dangerous. But anyway, I'm just trying to give you that bad combinations in the 12th house cause insomnia. Bad combinations in the lagna will cause disorientation, confusion, and distraction, but it will not cause insomnia. But that will also be a reason, but it will not cause insomnia. But the 12th house is the one which actually is the place where you sleep happily, and that will 100% cause insomnia if you have, problematic combinations. So expectation is the 8th house, and when you have planets which are like in the 8th house here, the 8th lord is Jupiter, and if I put a retro Jupiter here, the expectations will double, triple, and become very big. And with this expectation, if I have a weak ascendant lord, it will again cause insomnia. There is another reason. I'm giving you too many combinations, but let me give it because I want it to be in detail. So there is another combination where a person goes through insomnia, which is called as a temporary combination. That is, from the Mahadasha Lord, if the Antardasha Lord is not well placed, then the person will go through dissatisfaction and insomnia depending on the planets. So if it is a long-standing planet, long-standing insomnia will be caused. If it is a very short term, nothing much will be the difficulty. Like for example, if Mahadasha Lord is Saturn and the Antardasha Lord is Chandra, and they both are in 6-8 position, then 100% insomnia will be caused. That is because things are not working, it's not moving. What can I do? What should I do? This particular moment I have got caught somewhere, my money has got caught somewhere or something. The reason might be thousand, but the effect is that this person is going through sleeplessness. So let me come to the, I'll give you just snapshots of remedy because it's, I think I already took a lot of time in this video. But anyway, the snapshot of remedy, the best and the only remedy is to train yourself to sleep. How to train oneself to sleep? Until unless it's not a health issue. If it is a health issue, the doctor will give you the medication. Once the health becomes okay, you will get sleep. So here, the remedy is to make a person sleep. That's all. So for a normal person who is going through palpitations, going through anxiety syndromes, going through other problems like expectation, going through depressions because of loss, or maybe has gone through a trauma like a death or something has happened very close in the family circle and he is not able to bear it, or an accident or something like that which he has seen, not that health issue, I'm not talking about the health issue, then the best thing for that person is to go through counseling. That is the number one point. Go through counseling, then concentrate on your physical fitness and start sticking to a routine. You should not do what your body doesn't like, and do what your body is okay to handle. Like people when they go through depression, I have seen people going for shopping or doing something excess, eating lot of chocolates. They start munching, then they simply start watching movie after movie after movie. They can't stay in a place without any activity, and that's going to give them trouble. So that has to be counseled. They have to go through psychological counseling. Don't have to take tablets when they are not required. Don't take medication, but you come to peace of mind. See that your body activity is having a routine, and only if you have a routine, if you train yourself, it might take a year or so, but you will get permanent relief and you will sleep on time and you will get very good sleep. So thank you very much for today's class. I hope I have tried to cover the subject to a certain level. Thank you.